And we're back for game 5 of the Z Squared versus. Um, yeah, this hand. So I'm gonna play again.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird how I lost all these match games. Was I able to play the first game?
I don't think you've won a dice roll yet.
No. All right, so hmm, I have this is a lot. I don't like this hand, especially against his deck, since I have three drops and 4 lands, and I only have 3 of my colors.
So I
So
think if one of the three drops is potentially a Whirler, it's almost fine if you have the correct mana. Just because Whirler can buy so much time. But if they're just randoms, like if they're like Rogue Refiners and like whatever else is in your deck at this point,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
I'm on the play.
The issue is like not having again one of the 1 mana spells.
Right.
Like I think you almost make that a keep at that point for sure. Like that's almost you snap it off.
Like, this is a good 6 if you just remove one of the lands. But I don't think this deck mulligans very well. This deck can also draw out of this. This hand can also draw out well. Like, this hand's not exciting, but I am on the play, so I won't be as far behind. I think I'm going to keep this. It's probably not correct,
Okay.
because I can cast what's in my hand. I can't cast what's out of my hand, though.
So
And
like
I
I'm a
have my
big
main
believer.
colors of mana.
I'm a big believer of keeping loose but playing tight.
Okay.
This hand's exactly what I'm referring to.
Hmm.
So we're missing a complete color in our deck, in our hand, but we do have a threat we could play. We do have some type of disruption, and if we
Okay.
just draw the second color, then we're in a great spot. So I
Okay.
think, and especially being on the draw, I think we keep it. I don't think this hand's out loose, and I wouldn't like be upset if anyone like kept this either, or wouldn't disagree. So I'm gonna keep it, and then hopefully just get there. But the way I've been drawing lately, we're in a good
So,
spot.
so I'm gonna just play a land and pass. Probably what I'll be doing for the first 2 turns.
I kind of want to play it just to be like, haha, I did it. But we're gonna just play this mountain.
Okay.
Surprise! I didn't have any black lands.
Surprise. Alrighty, so I'm gonna play this forest. That was a fortunate draw, so it actually made the hand a little bit better.
Again, we're just drawing perfect.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we're gonna play this and jam a threat.
Okay. I'm actually going to be mana efficient since I have my hand clogged with 3s. I'm going to actually just harness lightning that. He's not able to get it back until he's able to get another creature dead, and that means that I don't have to play defensively, and I can just play a Rogue Refiner this turn and start drawing through my deck, and churning as it were, to get more colors and more action.
That's a good
All
draw.
right, there's another black source.
Oh yeah, like I said, we did good off the top of a deck. We're gonna just play this 3/3 that he ruined the fun. We have a fun police over here.
Okay, okay.
Would have bashed him for 5, but he didn't let me do that.
Fun Police is not allowed to hang out today.
Yeah, apparently.
Alrighty, so we're just gonna start by attacking, actually.
We're not blocking. Is that your first damage you've done to me all match? All
uh,
5 games?
no, I attacked once with a Whirler Rosa when
Oh
you're at
right, right.
19. Yeah.
Okay. I just put it. I thought Obnixus did all my damage to me.
No, no, you're good. I thought so too. So
As long as it wasn't the kitty cat. If kitty cat did it,
yeah.
I was in trouble.
So I'm actually going to play another Rogue Refiner.
Okay. So this is gonna be a good turn for us.
And I'm going to follow it up with a Aether Hub and a Attune with Ether.
Okay.
And I like playing this one versus this one in my hand. So I'm going to play an Attune with Ether and I'm going to get a plains, I believe.
This is still going to be a good turn for us.
Yes, plains.
Okay, well, does that change anything? Probably not. Play this land.
Okay.
Jam this guy.
That guy's pretty good.
We're going to give himself haste.
Mm-hmm. And does he have the shock? He does not have the shock so far, so that's good. So this is a difficult decision, actually. Because the well-fast, if I kill the well-fast engineer, when he gets back to Scrounger, he can't plus it. But if I kill the Forerunner, then he can't give it haste when he gets back. And I think I'm going to actually block the Forerunner. Or I actually just couldn't just not block. But I don't think that's correct.
See, I actually kind of wanted Z to block here
Okay.
in general. He's running the race right now.
Yeah.
So, like, this is where the 4-color decks can just try to outrace you.
Mm-hmm.
And this also gives me a value of trying to get back to Scrap Heap and trying to go along with him. So
See,
I am fine with this trade.
With my hand, I don't mind going long, so...
You say that now.
Oh, no, I mean that.
Oh, here's a Deep Fiend. I'm screwed, boys.
I did cut one Deep Fiend, so I'm only at one.
Doesn't mean you don't have it in your hand.
Oh, no, it does not mean that. We're going to Othanissa here.
Yep.
And we're going to take the...
Said Deep Fiend that Zach keeps talking about.
No, Severin of the Conduit. More energy. And then we're going to play this plains. We're going to attack for 3.
Nah, it's fine. Do what you gotta do, boy. Can't answer it.
And then I'm actually going to play a Whirler Virtuosa.
Yeah,
I like playing the Whirler Virtuosa over this card, since then we can leave that up. And then we actually are able to pressure him more. Like, being able to just, like, pump out 3 guys is insanely good.
So I think I have to shock here. This allows me to try to get in a situation where I could race again.
And this is exactly why I blocked last turn. Because I didn't want to be too greedy and lose the race because of a shock. Because I would lose the race because of a shock. Right, because you had shocked and then... Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to attack here.
Okay. I will say no blocks.
I'm going to play this a little bit safer and cast this.
Okay. Well, he's going to get the 1 card he can actually take.
That's obnoxious.
And
Kind of ruins my plays.
And I'm just going to make 3 Thopters. And it's going to be my turn. I'm going to play the island that he knows about.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack. I mean, I'm winning the race now. So I'm going to play that. And then I'm going to play a Servant of the Conduit, which makes me have a 3 energy again. So I can now make another Thopter if I want to. That does prevent me from having black mana, but I have very few black mana spells after side.
So we're gonna end of turn bring back
Actually,
this.
just have 3 pushes.
We're gonna bring back this Scrap Heap.
Okay.
If he wants to use a natural state now, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If he allows me to untap, that's also better. That draw doesn't really do much for me. So we're gonna go into combat.
Mm-hmm. I actually misplayed last turn, I think, with my land drop. Yeah, I did. I did misplay with my land drop. I was trying to hide information, but instead I got punished because of it.
So that's interesting that you brought that up, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes hiding information is not always correct,
Right,
right?
right.
Like,
And I wasn't thinking about it when I played the land, but
right. So right, and now I can picture he probably drew a forest,
exactly.
or maybe another Aether Hub. So now he can both natural state and make a token,
Hmm.
which makes you kind of want to attack both now. So this is interesting because like what how our hand is set up also it can determine how we do this. I think it's actually safer to not an
Yeah,
attack for 5.
I also think this servant is never doing anything attacking with the well fast monitor, so I think it's actually fine just to block here. So I made the mistake. I don't tilt from the mistake and just take an extra 5. I adjust because of the mistake.
Yep. So then we're gonna play this Pier.
And this actually turns out to be better in the long run because I can actually make a Thopter here, and I can actually go the aggressive line if I want to of natural stating the Thopter, which actually makes me win the race faster. So now I'm just thinking, what do I want to do? I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I'm going to play the forest.
Yep.
And I'm actually going to natural state the Thopter. I think since this is not 4 damage, and if we draw anything to pump 1 more damage, or another, we'll be able to kill him the following turn. Also, that means that he can't attack, and if he plays a blocker in the air, we're also going to win. And I'm just going to play this last card in my hand. I'm going to play this servant. So now we have 2 blockers on the ground, and we have Thopters in the air. It's not going to be lethal next turn. I understand that. But we now don't have a sensitive 3-turn clock. So if we had not played the natural state and he had blocked with the Thopter, we'd had a sensitive 3-turn clock where another removal spell disrupts the 3-turn clock. Now we have a very sure 3-turn clock.
So he puts me in an interesting spot here.
This also makes it so Ob Nixilis isn't very good.
So the fact that, I got a little unfortunate this game and got bricked on 4 lands at this point after starting with, I guess, I only started with 2, so it wasn't like I didn't hit my land drops when I needed to. Makes me can't double spell.
Mm-hmm. You can't even double spell with the Scrounger. Oh,
No.
you have no creatures, right?
Even if I did, I really couldn't.
Mm-hmm. That's another reason not to save the natural state is because he has no creatures for the Scrounger. The only thing I'm worried about is a heart, I guess. But even still, like, that only blocks a Thopter, which means we can still attack through it. Because we go 3 and then we attack 2.
And the worst part is I can't really attack either. So I think we have to play this.
The second Pia, the legendary Pia.
I'm just checking my sideboard, guys. See how I
Okay.
boarded. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have any outs to this. I'm gonna keep the new one.
Right, because you fell too far behind, and this is where the 4-color deck can just like win the race.
Yeah, playing Whirler is just like such a backbreaking card at times.
Yeah.
We don't even have good attacks here.
4 Thopters. I mean, I used 12 energy. It's insane. He has 1 mana up. I could just win the game this turn. So I think it's worth playing the Felidar Guardian just to see if I can win the game this turn. Before combat. On the Oath of Nissa. Right? I'm trying to think. So I put you to 3. Let me not tap like that. Let me tap like this. So I still have access to a bunch of colors.
Yep.
And I'm going to blink the Oath of Nissa. So I can blink with the Virtuosa to get another flyer. But I think the Oath of Nissa is more important to be able to look at another card. If I see a Saheeli, I just win on the spot. And now I get to get Tamio. So if somehow he disrupts my win con, I'm not dying. Tamio in board stalls is very good. And even in little race situations, it's insane as well.
So blocking here doesn't actually do anything. I'm still dead next turn, so I'm just gonna take it. Maybe I can cobble a way to win somehow.
And that was a consideration to only attack with 3. So that left 1 back to block his Thopter. The problem with that is if he has any other artifact, you can just sack it so my 1 Thopter that's back can't block. And that's why part of the reason I didn't do it. Another part of the reason I didn't do it is that if I attack with 3 and he blocks 1 and shocks another, because he had shock up, I only get him to 3 and I only have 2 left in the air. And that's not enough to kill in the following turn.
Well, we did draw a land.
Okay.
It's a bit late.
This also makes it so Nixilis is irrelevant if he has a Nixilis, so he can't plus and try to find an answer. But it is too late for that anyway.
Oh, I do have the Nixilis in my hand.
Okay. You just missed the 5th land drop for so long that you weren't able to.
I also have this wonderful spell.
Oh, so you get the wonderful spell from my hand.
Yes. And I do have this wonderful spell that I couldn't ever do. We're going to just hit this one, might as well.
I mean, you could do a decent amount of damage.
I could.
You could do 8 damage.
I could do 8 damages. Let's do 8 damages.
I could also ruin the fun and block. Not like that though.
Yeah, you could
actually block well.
Might as well play optimally when you can.
Yes, block the correct way.
And then I concede because I just get this Omnixus I couldn't cast forever.
And even though I flooded, he couldn't. This is where one situation where I had too many flyers, so the screw did not.
Right, like so you flooded on
Yeah.
good resources, like you flooded on the servants and the attunes and stuff like that, whereas I got flooded on reactive spells that didn't matter.
Right.
Because I got
if you're answering my
so
3/2s,
constricted.
yeah, you had to answer like Thopters. If you 1-for-1 a Thopter, that's so bad.
Right.
And you had nothing good to answer the Virtuosa early, which is a problem.
Yeah, I didn't have any flows this game. I didn't have any early on license I could use.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe that was on me. Maybe I didn't have to try to get the full value out of unlicensed. But that's
Did you have it? Did you have it when I first played Virtuosa?
Oh yeah, but I think that's when I played the Wealth Fast.
Okay. And I already had 9 energy at that point, or 10 energy.
Right.
So I already made 3 Thopters. I don't think it matters. I don't think the additional Thopter does it. I don't think not having the 3 is worth spending 3 mana and only having 3 Thopters, because then you're too far beyond the board.
Right, and at that point, that's when I have to try to, I guess, outmaneuver a way to win a game because I wasn't going to win in that moment.
Right.
And I knew that from the start. Once he had enough for all those Thopters.
So.
Couldn't get the trophy this week, guys.
No trophy. But join us next week. And thank you so much for joining and watching the games that we had on Z Squared. Hope you can join Zach and I next time. Zach, you get to choose next time.
I do get to choose. That was it's gonna be a fun one. We'll get to see what format we're doing, and then I get to choose the fun deck for both of us.
Yeah. So that next time, Zach's choice, and we're not even sure what format it will be. Varied format series here. So join us next time, and good night, goodbye, and whatever.